It's team time. It's team time. It's team time. Hey, hey, hey. It's team time. It's team time. It's team time. Hey, hey, hey. STEAM scholars, it's time to jet set into some new information. But before we take off, let's look at a quick recap of what we learned so far. Aerodynamics is the study of how air moves around a solid object.
Hey, we look similar. Are you an aviator like me?
That is exactly right, Brainstorm. I am a Tuskegee Airman, an aviator, and part of America's first Black military airmen who fought in World War II. During the war, the men who looked like me were not only known as Tuskegee Airmen, but red tails, due to the tail of our planes being painted bright red. We were aviator pilots and protectors of the big bomber planes that flew over the enemy territory and the war.
Force is the push or pull that causes an object to undergo a change in speed, direction, or shape.
That's exactly right, Enlighten. In aerodynamics, there are 4 forces that careers like aviators and aeronautical engineers, people who design aircraft, have to know in order to deal with aircraft.
That's right. The 4 forces that help fly and keep the plane in the air are thrust, lift, weight, and drag. Thrust. Thrust is the force that pushes something forward.
Lift. Lift is the push force that needs to be applied to move something up or rise. Lift is the opposite of weight.
Weight. Weight is the force caused by gravity which pulls the object down. The weight of an object tells you how strong the push needs to be. Weight is what aircrafts need to overcome in order to fly. You must have more lift than weight to stay in the air.
Drag. Drag is the force that slows down a flying object.
Wonderful recap. Wow, we learned a lot about aerodynamics and its forces from the Tuskegee Airmen. I wonder who we will meet today. Hey, STEAM scholars, can you think of any famous aviator pilots, engineers, or any other careers that deal with aerodynamics? Take some time to discuss with your class now. I hope you all had a wonderful discussion. If you don't know any careers or people just yet, no worries. This is the chance to give your brain new information. Join me as we meet up with Brainstorm and Enlighten to continue gaining knowledge about aerodynamics. Check 1, 2. Buzzing in flight airplane Enlighten and aviator pilot Brainstorm. Can you hear me?
Miss Wilson!
Hello, guys! Have you all made it to the Great Boeing Aerodynamic Hall of Fame wall?
Yes, ma'am, we're here. And we met the coolest aviator pilot ever. Can the STEAM scholars meet her too, Miss Wilson? Please.
Of course, Brainstorm. Why don't you all introduce her? Remember, in order to meet someone from our Great Boeing Aerodynamic Hall of Fame wall, say play after the 3, 2, 1 countdown.
Introducing the coolest, most awesome, the most amazing Bessie Coleman. In 3, 2, 1, play!
Hello, everyone, and a big hello to you STEAM scholars. My name is Bessie Coleman, but some people call me Brave Bessie or Queen Bess. I'm known for being the first Black and Native American woman to earn her pilot's license in the United States.
Wow! You're amazing, Miss Bessie, but how did you get the name Brave Bessie? Did you have to do something that you were afraid to do?
Oh, I love this question, Brainstorm. Thank you for asking. I'm not only known for earning my pilot's license, but I'm also known for performing flying tricks, specifically famous for doing the loop-de-loops and making a number 8 in the air with my plane.
Wow! How did you do that in the air?
Great question. Hey, STEAM scholars, I heard you guys learned about the 4 forces of aerodynamics. Can you think of some of the forces that I might have to use in order to do my flying tricks? And why? Discuss with your class now. Spectacular discussion, STEAM scholars. Brainstorm, enlighten, did you come up with any ideas?
Oh, I know. I think you had to use thrust and drag. I think you had to use... Oh, yes. You had to use lift.
Phenomenal work! That's right. I had to use lift to get my plane off the ground and to make the loop-de-loops, and thrust to keep my plane moving forward, and drag to slow my plane down, and when coming out of the loop-de-loops, and when landing, and wait to land my plane safely.
Oh, Miss Bessie, I know something else that made you brave.
Really? Do tell, enlighten.
You attended 2 amazing schools, one of which you had to go to another country, and you had to learn another language.
Woo, girl, you are brilliant. Good job on collecting information. Everything you said is correct.
What were the names of your schools, Miss Bessie?
Well, at 18 years old, I attended Langston University in Langston, Oklahoma.
Langston University? Grandpa and Grandma Wilson graduated from there.
How awesome! Langston is a wonderful school, but I had to leave Langston because I could no longer pay for it. After leaving, my longing for flying grew more and more each day. However, I wasn't allowed to fly because I was Black and a woman. But I was determined, so I went to France and learned French, and then earned my international pilot's license in 1921, graduating from Cordons Brothers School of Aviation in Le Courtois, France. I love flying so much that I dreamed of owning my own plane and opening my own flight school.
Amazing!
Wow, brave Bessie, you are truly amazing. Thank you for sharing with us. You know, STEAM scholars, there are many other pilots and engineers that were determined, weren't afraid to fail, and didn't let their mistakes keep them from trying, like the Wright brothers. Brothers Orville and Wilbur Wright are credited in inventing, building, creating, and flying the world's first successful motor-operated airplane named the Wright Flyer. Amelia Earhart, an American aviator and writer, the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean in 1928. George Chavez, a Peruvian aviator and engineer, the first person to fly across the Alps. Marisol A. Chalas, the first Latina National Guard Black Hawk pilot. And many more, including you, STEAM scholars. You are history in the making. Never give up. In the words of my grandmother, Catherine Jewell, don't be afraid to try something new. You'll never know if you will like it or not. So try it. Before we go, let's read a page from our book, Rosie Revere, Engineer, and then go over the design thinking process questions. She turned round to leave, but then great-great-aunt Rose grabbed hold of young Rosie and pulled her in close and hugged her and kissed her and started to cry. You did it! Hooray! It is the perfect first try. This great flop is over. It's time for the next. Young Rosie was baffled, embarrassed, and perplexed. I failed, said dear Rosie. It's just made of trash. Didn't you see it? The cheese copter crashed. Yes, said her great aunt. It crashed. That is true. But first, it did just what it needed to do. Before it crashed, Rosie, before that, it flew. Check out these tips and questions to help you prepare for your project. Take out your design thinking process card to help you A, ask, what am I trying to create? B, brainstorm, how can I use my materials to make what I'm trying to create? C, collect, what information have I learned that will help me create? D, develop, what is the first step I need to make to create? E, evaluate, what works, what doesn't work, and what can I do to make my design better? F, fine-tune, is my design where I want it to be? Are there any changes I need to make? Mae Jemison, engineer and former NASA astronaut, is quoted saying, Don't let anyone rob you of your imagination, your creativity, or your curiosity. Until next time, my STEAM scholars, be great and keep exploring. Bye-bye.